In this video, we're looking at finding the median and interquartile range, and then we're looking at using them to compare distributions. In the example here, it says, here are the weights of some items in grams. Find the median and interquartile range of these items, of the weights of these items. So the median is the middle number. All of these weights are already given to us in order. We don't need to write them in order. They're already in order. So we just need to find the middle number. So if I count 4 from each side, and then 1 more from each side, we're left with 1 in the middle. So we can cross off 5 from both sides. We're left with 1 number in the middle. So we can say the median is 67 grams. So that's the median. The interquartile range is a measure of how spread out the data is. It's the upper quartile take away the lower quartile. So the interquartile range is the upper quartile take away the lower quartile. Quartiles are a quarter of the data. So the median's the middle number. A quartile is, well, the lower quartile is 1/4 of the way through, and the upper quartile is 3/4 of the way through. We can find it by finding the median of each half. So we've got 5 numbers left on beneath 67. So if I cross off 2 from each side, I get the lower quartile, which is 60. And for the top half of the numbers, I've got to cross off 2 on each side, and I'm left with 72. That's the upper quartile. So the interquartile range is 72, take away 60, which is 12. The interquartile range is 12 grams. Okay, one of these for you to try. So find the median and the interquartile range. So the median is the middle number. So we're going to find the middle number. They're already in order. So we just need to cross off from both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2 more on each side, and we're left with a middle number. So the median, this time in seconds, so is 72 seconds. For the interquartile range, we're going to go halfway through the numbers less than 72, less than the median, and halfway through the numbers above the median. So if we cross off 1, 2, 3 from each side, we get 66 is the lower quartile, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 78 is the upper quartile. So the interquartile range is the upper quartile, take away the lower quartile, and that's 12 again, so 12 seconds. Here's a question where we need to compare distributions. So we've got information about the weights of eggs from 2 groups of chickens. We've got group A and group B. And we have to compare the distribution of the weight of eggs in A with the weight of eggs in B. When we're asked to compare 2 distributions, we have to make one comparison about the average, about the median, and one comparison about the spread, which is the interquartile range. So group B, I've got a higher median. So 65 is bigger than 62. So group B, eggs, way more on average. The median is higher. So that's a comment about the median and one about the interquartile range. So group A has got a higher interquartile range. So the weights of eggs in group A are more spread out. So the weights of eggs in group A are more spread out. And that's because the interquartile range is bigger, is greater. Okay, one of these for you to try. So pause the video and give it a go. So we have information about the time it took some boys and some girls to complete a puzzle. And we've got the median and interquartile range for both, and we need to compare the distributions. So let's make a comment about the average. So the girls were quicker on average. You could also say the boys took longer. So the girls completed the puzzle quicker on average, and that's because the median is lower. So the girls had a quicker time because their median is lower. And then we could say the girls were also more spread out, or we could say the boys' times were more consistent. Either one of those. So the boys' times were less spread out, more consistent, and that's because the interquartile range is lower. So when we're comparing distributions, we need a comment on the average and a comment on the spread.